Dodgers in town for the first of 3 on a perfect night. And we're glad you're with us. Welcome inside. Joe Davis or Hershiser. Tim Everett joins us in just a moment. So the Dodgers skid to finish off that road trip, losing 3 of 4. But what better place to come in here? Would have been the best home team in baseball.
They've brought a lot of excitement to over 3 million fans here in Dodger Stadium. They have been absolutely fantastic, and they've done it in so many ways. It could be the ERA at home, which leads the National League. The starting pitchers have been dominant. The bats have carried us at times. It's been youngsters with walk-off home runs. It's been an absolutely glorious time here at home. If they could play every game home here at Dodger Stadium, they'd be the best team in baseball. Oh, that's right. They are the best team in baseball.
They've got Clayton Kershaw going in tonight's game. He was really good his last time out. He was perfect into the 5th inning. He tied Sandy Koufax on the all-time wins list and tries to pass him tonight.
A generational comparison, but a legit generational comparison. Clayton and Sandy now both 12 seasons in the big leagues. Clayton's got a few more games left, a few less innings than Sandy, but this comparison has been fantastic. And when you talk about Clayton Kershaw at home, like they have the Dodgers in the dominance, he is great here. You know what? 2 of his worst outings this year in real hitters' ballparks, Arizona and Colorado. Other than that, he has been in Cy Young form all year.
And the Dodgers have won 11 of his 12 starts at Dodger Stadium. Trying to make it 12 of 13 against the Toronto Blue Jays. We've got first pitch coming up on a gorgeous night on Sportsnet LA. Los Angeles. Before first pitch, we go to the field, brought to you by BioFreeze. Here's Tim.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. Kike Hernandez, Chris Taylor back in the lineup, activated off the injured list. We talked a lot about that in the pregame, but you see where they were when they were injured. The numbers, the batting average, the home runs, the runs batted in. These are 2 guys the Dodgers hope will pick up where they left off. I talked to Chris earlier today, and he said that his rehab stint was a lot longer than it seemed. He couldn't wait to get back here tonight. And I know Kike Hernandez is ready. He just called me Alana. So he is excited and ready to get back in the lineup, guys.
Typically spunky, I guess, tonight. Kike Hernandez, as he and Taylor come off of the injured list. And Clayton Kershaw comes out of the dugout ready to make the start for the Dodgers. Let's take a look at the lineup that Toronto brings in, and a lot of young, exciting talent with names that you're probably going to recognize. Bo Bichette, Dante's son, lead things off, and then Brandon Drury, the old Arizona Diamondback, hitting second. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There were some questions whether or not he would play tonight after injuring his knee on Saturday, but exciting that he's in there, hitting third and starting at third. In the heart of the lineup, it's Grichuk, Hernandez, and Smoke. Rookie catcher Jansen and Derek Fisher, recently acquired from the Houston Astros. Stats with Lowe's, looking at Clayton Kershaw, who fired 7 shutout innings in Miami on Tuesday. And since July 1st, his 1.40 ERA is second only to Jacob deGrom.
He's piled up some strikeouts. He's getting a lot of weak contact, a lot of ground balls, especially with both of his breaking balls, the curveball and the slider, and they have both been devastating. And I think against this young lineup today, again, we will see him use a lot of the sliders and curveballs. I don't know if he'll use the curveball early in the count, but definitely for a put-away pitch. And with his strike percentage, Joe, they are going to be attacking. This young team will be attacking. So he leads the major leagues as far as starting pitchers with strike percentage. Tonight, I wouldn't mind seeing him go a little below that and make them chase a little bit more.
Especially that first pitch, and the Blue Jays really aggressive.
They are very aggressive on the first pitch, and Clayton has been known to throw his first pitch fastball in there to get ahead because he's so good at that and gone so deep into so many games this year. Every one, at least 6+. But I think that first pitch is a little dangerous for him.
And this aggressive group, there's nobody more aggressive than the first guy that he's going to face in Bo Bichette, who debuted just a few weeks ago and has torn the cover off of the ball since coming up. Kershaw threw his wind, and off we go with ball 1 down and into Bichette, who has 12 doubles and 17 extra base hits through his first 20 games. That is the most in both those categories through 20 games since Joe DiMaggio in 1936. Here he hammers the ball to left center field and adds another with a leadoff home run.
Second baseman number 3, Brandon Drury.
It wasn't the first pitch, but it was the first strike he sees, and he showed that aggression. Boy, does he have some bat speed. He coils and then he uncorks it. It's got that sound. It's got the sound of the elite power hitters.
And the look, too. And the hair. 1-0 Blue Jays lead as Drury takes ball one inside. As Bichette has come up and these young Blue Jays players have gotten more and more experience. The team, as you would imagine, has gotten better and better, even without much pitching. Overall, they have the 4th worst record in baseball, but they're 12-8 in their last 20 games, which corresponds exactly with Bichette's call-up. Kershaw to Drury with a 1-1. Finds the corner, 1-2. In the first inning, Kershaw's been better lately, but overall in the season, if there's been one where he struggled, this has been it.
You know, with Bichette, you have your first time up in the big leagues, your first hit, all the different firsts that you have. Then you get your first baseball card, your first bat with your signature on it. Can you imagine your first at bat, second pitch against one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher ever in baseball, and you hit a home run? That is a memory.
That he has under his belt at 21 years old. Drury swings and misses at the slider. One gone here in the first. His dad, Dante, 14 major league seasons, 4 all-star seasons, some monster years in Colorado. And from one young star to another here, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And Bichette was somewhat overshadowed coming up to the minors along with Guerrero Jr. because the spotlight was typically on Vladito, who takes a strike over the inside corner. Bichette is 21. Guerrero Jr. is just 20. He's been training formally since he was 6. His dad, of course, the Hall of Famer Vlad. His uncle Wilton. His uncle is the one who really raised him as a baseball player, because in the early days Vlad was still playing. Wilton, a former Dodger, had retired and took Vlad Jr. through practice all day, every day. Just off on Sundays. That was from a very early age in the Dominican Republic.
It's one thing to be exposed to the game. It's another thing to love it and work at it that hard. But boy, yes, what a great upbringing of knowledge around him and exposure. And he has done great things with it.
On this 2-1 from Clayton Kershaw, Guerrero takes inside ball 3. There's a lot that they have in common, Vlad Sr. and Vlad Jr. One thing that Vlad Jr. does better is not chase. Now, granted, Dad was the best bad ball hitter of all time, and so chasing wasn't as big of a deal, but Vlad Jr. pretty good strike zone discipline. Count goes full.
Yeah, you've heard us say nose to toes. Well, that was Vlad Sr.'s strike zone. I know he even hit some balls hard that were bounced up before the plate.
Ouch. So we've seen Bichette, Guerrero Jr., also Kevin Biggio, Greg's son, who is not in the lineup tonight. He's the oldest of the bunch. He's 24. And as these guys have come up to the system together, they say it's exactly how you would draw it up. These three are inseparable.
Get rid of the first names. You think it's an alumni game?
And not an alumni lineup you'd want to face.
No.
Another 3-2. And a walk for Guerrero. So Vlad Jr. does something Vlad Sr. never did, and at his reach against Clayton Kershaw. Closed captioning brought to you by Howard's Appliances. Howard's, your appliance specialists. Clayton held Vlad Sr. 2-0 for 3. One on, one out. Here's Randall Grichuk. Former St. Louis Cardinal in his second season in a Blue Jays uniform. Another 20 home run campaign for him, 23 this year. Fourth year in a row with 20 plus. Comes a 1-0. On the ground is short. They were shifted, so it's a bit of an awkward turn, but they're able to pull it off. 6-4-3. Seager to Hernandez and over to first. But a Bichette leadoff home run. The Blue Jays have a 1-0 lead as the Dodgers come to bat. It's in baseball since the All-Star break, and home runs have carried them more than 2 per game, leading to better than 6 runs per game for the Dodgers since the All-Star break. Come back here to Dodger Stadium for this homestand, trailing 1-0 as they come to bat for the first time. With this lineup, Pollock to lead it off, and then Muncy and Will Smith, Bellinger, Taylor Seager, Hernandez, Peterson, and Kershaw. And they face an opener, Buddy Boshears.
Left-hander, but the Dodgers have brought a very balanced lineup, so it really doesn't matter if they would have started a lefty or a righty. They'd have figured out what they wanted to do here, and I think they are ready to face an opener and throughout this Blue Jay pitching staff.
Boshears is with his 7th different organization. His first pitch to A.J. Pollock is at the knee, strike 1. At his major league debut in 2013 with the Angels. Didn't pitch in the majors again for 3 years. And between that time, he bounced to 3 other organizations. The Rockies, the Astros, the Pirates. Before spending some time with the Twins. Then to the Reds, into the Blue Jays partway through this season. 0-2 on Pollock.
That's his out pitch, that curveball. That's actually what he'll land more for a strike in the first 9 games he's appeared as a Blue Jay this year. Fastball command has been off, and he's got hit pretty hard. 5 of his 9 outings have been less than an inning, so you know he is a true opener.
And pitching has been the biggest issue for Toronto as they try to rebuild this thing, and they're targeting 2 years from now. They're kind of waiting on the pitching to come up through the system, seeing those hitters arrive this year. But the pitching still a ways away, and starting pitching has been the biggest problem.
There's a wave of good arms coming that are around AA and AAA now, and then there's another wave from the latest draft, A ball and below.
Pollock went around, 1 gone here in the first. Defense around Boshears tonight, brought to you by Keck Medicine of USC. Fisher, Hernandez, and Grichuk in the outfield with Guerrero and Bichette on the left side. Drury and the veteran Smoke, and the rookie catcher Jansen. Up comes Muncy, who had yesterday off because of the off day, had Sunday off. Dave Roberts gave him one. Prior to that, though, homered in 3 consecutive games, running his total to 31 this year.
Over at third base, because JT, Justin Turner, has an off night. Kike slipping in there at second.
Max said the back-to-back off days came at a good time for him. We've talked before about how this is his first true full major league season, and he's in there pretty much every day. He's played more games than any other Dodger.
He's really done a nice job keeping his swing together, staying healthy, and being on the field for them, and pushing through the different aches and pains you have in a season, coming out of spring training with a little tweak in his hands and his wrist, forearm issues, but he has never really bailed, never really said he's using that as an excuse, and he's continued to produce all year.
Yeah, he's also the kind of personality that despises days off. So kind of a catch-22. You want to stay healthy, keep the body fresh, but he also despises getting time to heal it.
The impressive things about players that play through all the aches and pains and then you don't see it show up in their game. For a guy like Max Muncy, for me, when you have something slightly wrong with your body, you think maybe my bat's a little slow. So maybe you start jumping at the ball, or you start swinging at pitches that are outside the strike zone because you think you need to start earlier. Well, he hasn't had that affect him at all. I mean, even on the days where he goes, you know, I'm not my best, or my bat feels a little sluggish, he doesn't come out of his game. And his game is understanding what the pitcher's doing and reading the baseball before he decides to swing.
On a 2-2 from Bo Shears. He takes it in the dirt and the count goes full. Bo Shears pretty much nothing but off-speed pitches so far. And Max has said that while it has been a bit of a battle with some of those nicks and bruises that he's had, he looks at the season he's having where he's hit 31 home runs. He's well above average in many categories and thinks to himself, man, I should be gaining some confidence from this, because what is a full year going to look like when I feel good? A 3-2 and another breaking ball that he watches spin just off of the plate. And that is the foundation that has turned Max Muncy into a Major League All-Star.
This is a ridiculous take. I mean, first at bat of a game off a guy you've never seen, and all of a sudden you take that pitch? Yes, he's seen a few in this at bat, but to think the difference between that one being a strike and slightly a ball, and he's got it right.
It's awesome. It is. It's as awesome of a take of a pitch.
It's as intimidating as you can get to be in the batter's box and face a pitcher. The pitcher's like, what do I have to do to get him out?
So they have their first base runner of the game, and in stands Will Smith. That is another breaking ball. He's thrown just 2 fastballs out of his first 11 pitches.
He's above average at throwing strikes on the first pitch as far as the big league average, and small sample size. But after that, he wants you to chase.
Here's 1-0. Cracked in the air to center field, but he got under it and playable for Hernandez. Smith is the second out.
First baseman, number 5, Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger coming off a good road trip. Hitting .345 over his last 7 games. 5 home runs during that stretch, including the home run on Sunday that produced the only runs for the Dodgers. National League home run leaders across the majors. Mike Trout tied him with his 42nd earlier today. First one from Bo Shears is cut on and missed. 0-1.
Cody gained knowledge as he saw how Roziers attacked Muncy. And you go up there probably saying, okay, this is the way he got to Max, and Max had some good takes on breaking balls over there. I'm going to look for the breaking ball. Maybe make him get it up a little bit.
Out of the humidity of Miami and Atlanta and back to perfection. High 70s first pitch temperature. Another breaking ball and another fly ball to center field. Teoscar Hernandez settles under it, and that's that for the Dodgers in the first. Defense brought to you by Keck Medicine of USC. Taylor, Pollock, and Peterson the outfield, with Muncy starting for Turner at third today. Just a day off for him. Seager Hernandez up the middle. Bellinger at first, and Smith catching Kershaw. Great to have Chris Taylor and Kike Hernandez back in the fold. 2 of the more athletic players, 2 of the more versatile players on the roster, and a couple right-handed bats. Teoscar Hernandez leads off this second for the Blue Jays, and Clayton Kershaw pours in strike 1.
Clayton looking for his lanes. First inning was not typical Clayton Kershaw. His misses were much wider than normal.
This is coming off a start where He was perfect into the 5th inning. Struck out the first 7 hitters that he faced and looked legitimately like he could throw a perfect game that night in Miami. Put it wherever he wanted. Shakes a couple times, comes home with a 2-1, and Hernandez grounds it foul, 2-2.
Always exciting to watch Clayton pitch. Always Kershaw day is a big day. And even when he is searching for it, it's fun to watch him do it. So competitive. Stubborn, but willing to adjust, and especially now at this point in his career, making a lot of great adjustments. Can you imagine, you know, top 5 in the Cy Young, winning 3 of them from 11 through 17, out of the top 5 last couple years, and he's in the top 5, if you ask me, in the Cy Young voting right now.
Issues a leadoff walk here, second free pass of the day. Looks like the opener will spend just 1 inning in that role. Sean Reed-Foley, their bulk guy, getting ready for the second.
Is that the new term, the bulk guy?
Yeah, that's a thing now.
That's cool.
You like it?
Yeah, I really just haven't heard it that way. I just thought he was like the starter that didn't get to start.
But you know exactly what we mean when we say bulk, right?
He's going to get the bulk of the work on the staff tonight. At least attempt to get it, plan to get it.
Here's Smoke hitting a ground ball. Kike Hernandez races to the bag, running throw, big by Bellinger. That's what Kike Hernandez brings to the party.
You could see the wheels turning as this ball is hit to Kike. He knows that this is not a charge and plant, but charge and try and keep your momentum, keep your feet moving as you catch the ball, as you go across the bag, and get it over there as quick as possible. And Bellinger picks him up on the other end.
A play like that, and that's so great how you put it, the wheels turning as the ball is hit on the ground. You almost see his eyes widening and the corners of his mouth curling and the smile coming, because he's like a kid at a candy store when he sees that play developing, as much as he loves playing defense. A strike on Danny Jansen.
A degree of difficulty. If you're a gymnast, you know this move is coming as the ball's rolling to him, and he knows this one's going to be hard, but it's going to be fun. I got the tools to make this play. Hit off the hands, so it's weakly, gives him a chance to kind of round it, because he knows he's going to have to go to second by himself. Wrong throw, get it over there in the area. I got one of the best with the glove over there. My partner Bellinger gets it done.
0-2 pitch, and the dirt ball 1. Jansen part of a catching platoon. You got a couple young catchers they really like. Danny is a rookie, originally from Appleton, Wisconsin. Been swinging it well lately. 4 home runs and 10 driven in 10 games this month. Goes down in an elevated fastball, and Clayton Kershaw, after that bumpy first inning, faces the minimum on 11 pitches in the second. On a Bo Bichette leadoff home run. Blue Jays 1, Dodgers nothing. And a fast-acting pain relief pitching change brought to you by BioFreeze, from the opener to the, what do we call him?
The bulk man.
The bulk man guy.
The bulk guy, yeah.
Sean Reed-Foley.
Well, he's going to go with a 4-pitch mix, but it's mostly going to be the fastball and the slider. And from the right side this year, improved with his slider usage. So he's looking for weak contact, and he's been better on the road this year. And I think just because he's located a little better and got a little bit more weak contact.
And yes, he was born in Guam, where his dad was stationed while serving in the U.S. Coast Guard. Second big leaguer born in Guam. Both of them Blue Jays. John Hadig, 13 games as third baseman in 06. Ball 1 on Chris Taylor. As Chris returns from the injured list. First game since July 14th, when he suffered the fractured wrist, fractured forearm. Comes back in a little more than a month. He said it felt like an eternity. Felt good after a few weeks, but they wanted to be sure with the large lead in the division. But when you see it happen, you fear that it can be longer than it wound up being. On a 2-0. He takes ball 3.
Very scary for any player to feel like I might be hurt and it might be a long time. Especially such a special season, and he was really hot. He was feeling it.
Yeah, he was hitting .363 over the previous month. He was their best hitter when he went down. On a 3-1 pitch, Taylor hits it foul, and the count goes full. You go down while you're so hot. You miss a month. The doubts creep in. Am I going to find it again? Well, in his first rehab game, he crushed a home run. And he said some of those worries went away. (3-2). Hard chopper to short. Bichette somehow gets there, but won't pull the trigger. And Chris Taylor has an infield single in his first at-bat back.
Put some air into his sails right there. Find the 6-hole infield hit. You feel like you are back. Speed of the game for him will now slow down. The next at bat will be very relaxing and locked in, feeling like he's back to normal. That does a lot right there, making that ball hit the hole compared to right at somebody.
His hot stretch came when this man went down. Corey Seager. He missed the final month leading up to the All-Star break. Takes a fastball, bottom of the zone, strike 1. Corey's shown some signs recently of starting to get comfortable at the plate. 7 extra base hits in his last 7 games. One ball, 1 strike.
You're not reaching too far if you say Corey Seager could make a huge impact in the postseason. If he starts to really find it, been out for a long time, searching for the feel and the hits and the power. If it comes together here at the end of the season, watch out.
High fly ball to right. Back goes Grichuk. Edge of the track. Just hooked it off the end of the barrel. And Seager is out number 1.
Second baseman, number 14, Kike Hernandez.
So back comes Kike Hernandez, who just like Chris Taylor was scalding hot. And it's funny, you know, Corey Seager goes down. He was the hottest hitter when he went down. Chris Taylor steps up. He goes down. He was the hottest hitter when he went down. Kike Hernandez steps into that fold, and he became the hottest hitter before he went down. He too was hitting above .360 over the previous 3 weeks before his injury. Sprained his hand on July 24th.
He just felt it right there on the swing, and you can be doing normal things, normal action, and all of a sudden something just bites you.
Dave Roberts has said that these guys returning will mean a few more days off for, like we see tonight, Justin Turner. Corey Seager gets some more time off. Max Muncy. No balls, 2 strikes. Just trying to get them their legs back to feel as strong as they can going into October.
An embarrassment of riches as far as the selection of who's playing and when they're playing, and I think there'll be a lot of communication, individual communication about where are you at and what do you need, almost like a team coming out of spring training. I think Dave Roberts and the coaching staff will be at everybody's hip, figuring out exactly where they are, because he doesn't want anybody in a bad mood because they're either getting too many at bats or too few. Want them all peaking at the same time.
Oh, I think Spike. Taylor is caught between first and second. That was a great catch by Danny Jansen to pull that off.
A little bit of great posture and great move out there to block it. And then, hey, look what I found. It just holds in there against his throwing wrist, and the chest protector rolls down into his throwing hand, and an easy release. Chris Taylor can't anticipate that. He did the right thing in anticipating possible wild pitch. A fortunate play for the Blue Jays.
So just like that, base is empty, 2 gone, and a 1-2 pitch to Kike Hernandez. Going up with it, and Hernandez fouls it. Dave Roberts said he feels like sometimes he's got 15 or 16 position players. And a good problem to have. It's something they do have to put some extra thought into, how to keep them all fresh. And that means both things. That means keep them fresh by getting them at bats, but also keep them fresh by giving them days, which they plan out about a week in advance. Hernandez chases, and the inning is over. Top 3, Blue Jays 1, Dodgers nothing. And time for the Landover Performance Spotlight. His team's meeting for the first time since the Dodgers went to Toronto in 2016, but meeting for the first time here since 2007. Last Blue Jays pitcher to pick up a win at Dodger Stadium, Roy Halladay. On a Bichette home run. Blue Jays have the lead against Clayton Kershaw, who is still trying to find it through 2 innings. Facing the 8-hitter Derek Fisher, who yanks the first one way up there. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen a ball go there on that angle.
That ball was crushed, and it was right around his right hip. That was some great camera work to stick with that ball, too. You're not used to going that angle.
I didn't know they went over there.
Wow. You mentioned that Clayton is kind of trying to find it, and I think you're right. And especially we know he throws predominantly breaking balls, and only 6 of 15 have been for strikes. There's 6 of 16.
And not particularly close with many of them.
His warm-ups this inning were better. I watched every single one of the pitches, and it was kind of in his lanes and landed the breaking ball for a strike. But now this hitter steps into the box, he's back to a little bit more erratic.
Deep cleansing breath there. And a 3-1 offering to Derek Fisher. It's a high fly ball, right center field. Peterson back. There it goes. Derek Fisher opens the 3rd with a home run. And the Blue Jays lead Kershaw and the Dodgers 2-0.
Pitcher number 54,
You're not necessarily looking fastball, but you can look fastball speed. If it's a breaking ball, you can take it, or you just kind of guess it's going to be a ball, because most of them have been. So you end up training the hitters on what to look for, as you are either able to execute or not execute.
Ball 1 on Reed Foley. Now Kershaw had given up 2 home runs over his previous 7 starts. He's given up 2 over the first 2+ tonight. It's a very good home run hitting lineup. Pretty much need to homer to win. Somebody's got to get that sunflower seed off his head.
They do.
Oh, good.
It's down.
Good.
We do some showering of sunflowers there after home runs. Make it rain. The helmet was still on, though. Must have continued. The shower must have continued until the helmet came off.
The whole front of sunflower seeds.
Here it is.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Two balls, two strikes on Reed Foley. And Kershaw gets him swinging. Third K for Kershaw, one gone in the third. Back to the top of the order, and Bo Bichette, who started this game with a long home run. Here it is, Orel, on StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
It measures exit velocity and distance. If it measured noise, that one would have rang true. It was a higher pitch than most.
Brimming with confidence, Bo Bichette. As a high schooler, he was a homeschooler, but played for the local high school team. And his first year with that team, they played their rival, and he wasn't real familiar with this rival. But one of the teams, as he has his knees buckled with a curve, one of the teams that feels pretty good about themselves. And he came back from the lineup card exchange, which the captains did prior to the game. It was him. And he said to his coach, I don't really like these guys. And the coach said, uh-oh, what's this going to be like? Kershaw takes advantage of his aggression here, strikes him out, back-to-back curves, two gone. Well, sure enough, Bichette gets into a little trash-talking contest with the team's shortstop. Shortstop winds up pitching later in the game. Bichette hits a home run against him to win the game and has a bat flip where the bat goes about as high as the home run did. And in this day and age, of course, it broke social media. But he's got a smile on his face, relaying what that was like to face Clayton Kershaw's curveball. Brandon Jury, strike one.
Got a great story to tell about his first at bat and a great story to tell about his second at bat. That curveball drops out of the sky.
This is a wonderful reaction. Those are wonderful shots.
Great smile. It's like it's an exhibition game, you know. It's not even a real big league game. He's just like, wow, this is cool.
Nice pick on a short hop. And a 1-2-3 third for Clayton Kershaw after the home run from Fisher.
Dodgers baseball is always live with MLB at Bat. Follow the action with game tracking and video highlights, along with up to the moment stats, standings, breaking news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. It's your #1 app for Dodgers baseball.
Couple solo home runs. The Blue Jays lead 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. And Jock Peterson will lead it off. Hitting 8th for Dave Roberts today. Product of the left-handed opener. And knowing that the Bolt guy would be right-handed. Betting that you're probably not going to see the left-handed opener get to the 8th spot.
You say bulk guy, I say bulk man.
Yep.
Bulk man could be a superhero.
He could.
Could have his own doll and all this merchandise.
And he'd be jacked, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe, if he was a righty, maybe just the right arm would be the bulk arm. If he was a lefty, bulk man.
I like it.
Just one arm.
Every season is bulking season for bulk man.
I don't need an opener.
I just need protein. 2-1.
Nobody out there better steal our idea.
You know how quickly that stuff happens.
Oh.
You got to take that to the patent shop real quick.
There'll probably be a T-shirt tomorrow.
Peterson ahead 3 balls and 1 strike. Coming off a 2-for-17 trip. Both those hits Friday night in Atlanta. Dodgers have dropped 3 of 4 with the back-to-back losses in Atlanta, trying to avoid just their 3rd 3-game losing streak this year. Peterson crushes a liner right that hangs up for Grichuk.
Number 22, Clayton Kershaw.
1 away for Kershaw. Reed Foley, 23 years old. He made the opening day roster as their number 5 starter this year, but gave up 5 runs in 2 innings in his season debut, and they sent him down to AAA. Been back and forth since. Up since late July in this most recent call-up. Second-round pick a few years back out of high school in Florida and entered the season as one of their top 10 prospects. And has shown flashes of brilliance, flashes of really good live stuff, but inconsistent with his mechanics. And he's tended, he says, to be his own worst enemy when things start to go against him.
Frustrating when you can't repeat, when you have those great outings and just that search of why am I not consistent? Why am I so electric on some nights with great location and then others can't hit a spot?
He gets Kershaw swinging. And 2 gone here in the third.
A.J. Pollock.
The I-Pace. This is how Jaguar delivers electric performance.
Pollock hitting above 400 here in the month of August as they've been sure to not run him too hard with the groin issue. Groin hasn't bothered him while swinging. It's just while playing defense and running the bases. But he feels like he made significant strides this weekend in Atlanta. All the work that he was putting in with the training staff, part that, part the heat, the warmth there helped loosen him up. And on a pinch hit single Saturday night, said he rounded first and decided to throw on the brakes, a movement that could have bothered him before, but he felt fine. Opposite field fly ball that sends Grichuk back, running out of room. It's gone! Home run, A.J. Pollock to get the Dodgers on the board in the third. His 9th, 7 of which have come since the All-Star break.
The guys at the top of the order usually get a at-bat more than the guys in the bottom of the order, and it's always nice when the guys at the top of the order have power. That one swing now pulls him within 1. Later in the game, if he comes up, he might be the one that puts him ahead. Well struck to the opposite field.
So they cut the deficit in half. Muncy comes up with 2 gone and takes a ball. So anyways, yeah, didn't feel it on that pinch hit base hit, and feels like he's finally over the hump.
After that swing, he didn't have to slam on the brakes.
Cruised around the bases. Goes and talks with the hitting coaches, all 3 of them. Here's a 1-1 pitch, and there's ball 2. That's 26 home runs for the Dodgers in their last 8 games. Two balls, 2 strikes. Muncy watches it fade down and away, and he's worked it full. Did that his first time up and eventually walked. Really good eye on a borderline pitch. Well, the average has not been very good lately. He's continued to hit for power, and he's continued to get on. On this 3-2, he lifts it foul, and we'll do it again.
Just 3 runs for the Dodgers in the last 2 games. That put them into a split on the road trip. It just feels like here tonight they're having some very good at-bats, and it's a matter of time for this offense to bust out.
Wow, I mean, that goes his way. He's living right, but it's another borderline take where the umpire says Max Muncy's right.
16, Will Smith.
This reminds me of at bats I had against Pete Rose. It's like, if I don't swing at it, kid, it's not a strike. And you're kind of wanting to yell at him as he jogs down to first. The biggest guy in the world that I faced that had the smallest strike zone was Frank Thomas. And I used to yell at him when he would walk.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was kind of like, come on, Frank. You get out of the way of balls that are on the inner half on the plate and pretend like he got undressed.
Smith, strike one. He's one you could yell at because he was too nice to retaliate.
Well, I faced Pete when I was like a rookie. I faced Frank Thomas when I was a veteran. So it was like different.
That too.
Different place in my career. And we were represented by the same agent, so I knew him.
Okay.
Easy to kind of have fun with your so-called brother on another team. I can't believe that's a ball. You really got the biggest strike zone in the world. That ball's right down the middle.
Big hurt, little zone.
Oh, yeah. What'd you do, sign a dozen autograph balls for the umpire?
Two balls, one strike on Will Smith. Dodgers had a Reed Foley in the system. This is his brother David. Spent 3 years as a Dodger minor league pitcher. Reached as high as A-ball and retired in 2016. This is Sean Reed Foley. This is his 2-1 pitch. I lied. This is his 2-1 pitch. That's driven to left center field. Forget about it. Will Smith, big time pop. And with two loud swings, they've taken the lead here in the third. Fifth home run for Will Smith in his last 6 games. 10 RBIs over those 6 games and a 3-2 Dodger lead.
Is baseball in good hands or what with the young players that are coming up here that are exciting to watch and put numbers on the board? Not just live bodies, but guys that have good bodies, good presence, and are producing in a big way. Bo Bichette, Guerrero on the other side, Will Smith not to be outdone.
Now Bellinger into right center field. The flight of that Smith home run, the sound of that Smith home run, what did that remind you of?
Number 3, Chris.
Bichette sound, yeah.
Yeah, and the flight on that leadoff home run.
Yeah. But different. His is compact. Pollock sound that way. Solid, but not amazing. But 2 different types of bodies. Bichette has the live body, as scouts say. He's got a live body. And Will Smith has a compact and in a body that it just kind of happens, and it's short and it's quick. But you almost don't realize where his power is coming from. You just see it.
How about this? Bichette's ball was crushed. Smith's was 11 feet farther.
It doesn't seem like it should have went farther because the action to make it go that far it seems less.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, a little bit more coordinated.
Versus the violence of Bichette's swing. There's Taylor with 2 gone, taking a ball inside. So here's Bichette to lead off the game.
Big leg kick, big hip turn, shoulders coming through, kind of a long swing. And then this one short and out front.
A better hang time to it too. Boy, you said it. You know, Reed Foley retires the first two. Felt like they were ready to break through. And since he retires the first two hitters of the inning, Homer Pollock, walk Muncy, Homer Smith, single Bellinger. And now a 2-0 pitch to Chris Taylor. Infield single on Taylor's first at bat tonight. First one since July 14th. Two and two.
When you just come back off the IL, it's really comfortable to have deep at bats, whether this ends in a hit or a walk or whatever the result. Chris is getting to be part of the game for a while compared to making it out on a first pitch and like, I'm back, but what have I really experienced or gained from it? That whole information exchange between the pitcher and the hitter, and for a guy coming off the IL, he hasn't really had that experience. He hasn't had those moments up there in these key at bats with the adrenaline flowing and the crowd cheering. It helps you settle in quicker and quicker with these long at bats.
Count goes full on Taylor, and so Bellinger will get a head start from first. There he goes. Here it comes. Taylor takes ball forward. He's been on both times tonight.
Right back in the fold. Not being a selfish guy and getting off the strike zone, just taking the walk.
That's 5 consecutive base runners with 2 outs. Here's Corey Seager. Boy, he just missed his first time, didn't he?
Yeah, Taylor's infield single and then Corey's firm fly out to right just off the end of the bat. That's when I started to think like, ooh, these at bats are starting to look good. In the beginning of this inning, he jocks bullet to right. It's like, oh, good things are brewing. Other than Kike kind of wandering off the plate on his strikeout, everybody else has had real good at bats.
Two on, 2 out. 1-1 pitch. 1-2. How about 47 pitches through 1 2/3 for Sean Reed Foley?
A lot of those pitches have been foul balls. We're spoiling it, not chasing. One to Muncy should have been a strike. He caught a break.
That was the problem Reed Foley's last time out. He pitched in Texas, 3 1/3, 88 pitches, a lot of foul balls. Neil Ramirez. Two on, two out at 2-2 and ball 3. We're getting kind of a snapshot in this inning of everything that we were told and relayed to you about Reed Foley, where there are glimpses of live stuff, but then it just goes. 5 in a row have reached with 2 gone. Bellinger and Taylor to get a head start. There they go. Here it comes, and Seager grounds one through, base hit right field. Bellinger in to score. Taylor busting around third. He's in without a throw. 2-run double for Corey Seager. A 5-run, 2-out rally.
Two games of Dodger offense silence. Yeah, they scored 3 in each one, but this is the offense that you're used to. Finding holes, hitting it hard, hitting it over the fence, taking walks.
And so this outing for Sean Reed Foley is going to go just 1 2/3.
Hard to get outs in the big leagues, and it's really hard when your first baseman breaks the wrong way. Justin Smoak, watch him hesitate on this ground ball. That's 1.5 steps, and it turns into a double. He thought the shift was far enough around that Drury would get the ball. Smoak broke the wrong way and cost them 2 and an out.
And so Neil Ramirez comes on. 5 in the bank with 2 gone here for the Dodgers in the 3rd.
They just switched roles as far as who is the bulk guy.
Yeah, they better hope.
This has been the problem with the Toronto year. The offense and the young hitters have started to come around, and when they have got their wins, they've gotten a little bit of pitching, but this could be hard getting into that bullpen in a big way in the first game of a series against the Dodgers and their offense.
First pitch was a hanger, and Hernandez popped it up. That'll become a souvenir. Now, Reed Foley retired the first 2 hitters of this inning. They've now batted around. Home run from Pollock, home run from Smith, and then the 2-run double from Corey Seager.
Isn't it amazing? Just, one wrong break at first base, and you've got a pitcher that's knocked out of the game feeling bad, and you got Corey Seager standing on second feeling great about life. It's such an emotional game on a moment-by-moment basis, and I think it's one of the reasons that players kind of show or work at not showing their emotions and not getting too high and not getting too low. It can shift just in a heartbeat in one play.
A ball and 2 strikes. Two and 2. Ramirez in his 6th major league season with his 7th team. Cubs, Indians, Twins, Mets, Giants, Brewers, Blue Jays. Brings it 2-2, and Hernandez strikes out to end the inning. But the Dodgers bat around. They score 5 runs. They hit 2 home runs. First, it was A.J. Pollock to get him on the board and make it 2-1. And then Will Smith followed it with a 2-run shot of his own, giving the Dodgers the lead. It's 5-2 to the fourth. Dodgers Base on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry into a Southern California BMW center today for exceptional offers, or visit SoCalBMW.com for more details. And by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Clayton Kershaw now pitching with a 5-2 lead. His first one to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is in the dirt, ball one. And this is more the same for him. He's second in the National League in terms of run support. Gets more than 7 runs per game.
There have been years where Clayton is such a show on the mound that you think his teammates are even watching it and didn't get much run support. He is due some of this.
Walked Guerrero his first time. And uses the curve to get him swinging 1-2. Same thing that he used to neutralize Bo Bichette his last time up.
(12-6) as the Morongo slow-mo cam.
Comes up with a fastball and he pushes it off him into right field for a leadoff hit.
3 for 6 off of Clayton's fastball tonight. The Blue Jays are with 2 home runs. They're finding some holes in the other side of the fence when they swing at the fastball.
Dino Ebel remembers a very young Vlad Jr. when Vlad Sr. was playing in Anaheim and Dino was a coach there. First time that he met him, he was 7 or 8 years old. Dino hit him fungos. That is a balk on Kershaw. And Guerrero moves into scoring position. Take a look and see why after this first one to Randal Grichuk. That's fouled and 0-1. So here's Kershaw's first balk in 2 years.
He knew he did it. He'd bring it together and start the delivery, and then all of a sudden he knew he started and stopped. That first little motion when his hand moved from behind his hip.
Ooh. Dugout's not going to like that with all the movement of Smith's glove. 0-2. Especially that borderline pitch that went against the Blue Jays that opened the door for a big inning for the Dodgers.
And what I say about that, umpires are going to miss calls, but are you the team that can capitalize on those breaks? Luck, the residue of design. So after that tough call for the Blue Jays on Muncy, they capitalized with their talent. Let's see if the Blue Jays can do the same. But they got the bad break both ways.
They did.
so
never mind.
Let's just wait for that equation to come up. Replay that tape when it comes back.
Bank that one. Yeah, so the Blue Jays thought they had finished the Dodgers off in the third with just the home run from Pollock, still with a 2-1 lead. Pitchcast had it as a strike to Muncy. It was called ball 4, and they got 4 more runs after that.
If you're a Toronto fan, this is a bad break. If you're a Dodger fan, it's a good break. And then it's up to your team to see what you're going to do with it. The Dodgers capitalized.
Kershaw's 1-2. Grichuk pulls it to short. Seager up the ladder to get it. Double play.
Interleague play, you don't play them a lot. So data wins and talent wins on this one. You got to have the ups and the reaction, and you got to have them in the right place. And after that, you get 2 outs. Corey Seager elevating, and then a quick baseball mind knowing where to feed the ball after the catch.
How amazing is our camera crew?
It's pretty sweet.
Trained on Max Muncy there, and a line drive hit over 100 miles per hour, and they get Corey Seager making a leaping catch right in the middle of it. Teoscar Hernandez, strike 1.
It's the reaction time of a shortstop and a cameraman on display. You got to widen out in the middle of the shot as the ball is being hit.
Hernandez walked his first time.
That old knockdown curveball, did he get him?
It doesn't work that way, Teoscar.
He thinks he got hit, and they're going to check it.
And maybe he did. It was just funny that he started to take his base. Yes, check the film, but that's confirmed on the replay that you were hit before you take your base, is all I'm saying.
Jerry Davis behind the plate tonight. Veteran umpire does not think he got hit, but they're going to ask for a look.
Might have gotten him. Might have nicked that shirt.
Yeah, shirt or the little pad. Not a big fan of padding that extends away from your body, and if it gets hit, it's fine if you want to protect yourself. I'm not sure you should get a base. What would keep you from making that extend really out? Say, you know, I've got to have it extend because I got to bend my elbow there, but I want this part of my forearm to be protected.
That'd get hard to. There'd be a lot of gray area, though. You know, if it was hitting. Let's see.
That's not anywhere near the elbow guard, but maybe by the blousing of the jersey as he turns away.
Yeah. Come on back. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Hernandez. Weak little pop up right field. Jock Peterson is playing deep. Long way to come on and catch it, but he gets there. And the inning is over. 5-2 game to the bottom of the 4th.
Friday on an all-new Backstage Dodgers, go behind the scenes of the Kershaw's annual Ping Pong for Purpose tournament, where the stars align for a cause. Plus, hear why Ellen and Clayton are on a mission to make a difference. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers Friday after the postgame on Sportsnet LA.
Always a good time. Kershaw's challenge. Always a good time watching Clayton Kershaw at Dodger Stadium. 8-9-1 here in the 4th as Jock Peterson takes a ball. Good to be home, huh?
It is great. I have been home, but good for you to be home. But great to come to the ballpark and see a home game. I was in studio for 3 and I had a couple days off.
Got your legs back.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had Dave Roberts call the studio and say, you know, I need a little time.
Right.
A couple days would be good. So Dave plans my schedule out about a week in advance.
You're lucky that there's an 18.5 game lead. Might have been an IL situation.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to make sure I'm here for the clinch.
I get it. Playing the long game with you. You know, as broadcasters get into the
long in the
later years of their career.
I should have been quiet right there and see how you handled that.
I was actually worried about where I was headed.
Okay, I saved you.
Just strike 2-1. It's one of those things where it starts, you start to say it and the words are coming out of your mouth and you can't stop them.
And you remember you're talking to more than me?
Right. Well, I typically try to keep that in mind because I love my job.
You're not going anywhere, no matter if you offend me or not.
Here's the 2-1. Peterson tomahawk set on the ground to Smoke at first. One gone.
Number 22, Clayton Kershaw.
And here's Kershaw.
Little help from Corey Seager, but he got his shutdown inning.
The old school shortstops wouldn't have made that play. But the big ones of the modern era, really beginning with Cal Ripken Jr. One of the advantages of being a bigger shortstop.
Cal wouldn't have been in that hole, Joe.
No, you're right.
So a couple of things got in the way
Size
there.
plus data.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be, though, that you couldn't play shortstop if you were that big. Even when Corey Seager was drafted, the MLB Network analysts that night, first thing they said was he will probably move off of short. 2-1 on Kershaw. But there are more and more big shortstops.
Athleticism has increased for even the bigger guys. They're quick. They move gracefully. So many ceilings have been removed for athletes. You watch other sports, football, basketball, anywhere, that the behind the back play, the shifting, all the different things that athletes can do and their positioning, you're getting to see the full range of their talent. No culture is stopping them.
It's a walk for Clayton Kershaw. Let's StatCast that Seager play, why don't we?
Center fielder A.J. Pollock.
110 off the bat.
You try and catch a 110-mile-an-hour object.
Nope. Pollock's good month continued, starting the Dodgers scoring with a solo homer last inning. Look out, ball one.
Arco, top tier play of the game. This got the Dodgers on the board, pulled them within one. The inning then continued after a little squeeze on Max Muncy, but A.J. Pollock started the fire.
Smith followed with a home run of his own. That is properly struck. It rolls its way to the wall. They stop Kershaw at third on a ringing double from A.J. Pollock.
He coils and he unloads. Always good signs when you get a home run to right field and a double to left. You are covering everything.
14 for 32 this month. 7 of those 14 hits have gone for extra bases. Up 5-2, threatening for more. Second and third, one gone. Here's Muncy. Infield plays in and shifted around on the left-handed hitter. First pitch breaker lands for strike one. Two walks and a run scored for Muncy. anticipating.
Bang, bang. Maxwell, silver hammer.
Good stop there by Jansen. Another 3-ball count on Muncy.
Leader's back at it. Getting very confident on the keyboard. He used to just kind of play reaction songs. Now he's predicting things.
Kershaw third, Pollock is second. 3-1 to Muncy. That's ball 4 to load him up. Muncy has his third 3-walk game of the year. We're only in the 4th inning.
Win a new Porsche Macan every Sunday in August. Morongo, good times.
Bases loaded for Will Smith.
Batting, catcher Will Smith.
Last time up, 2-run, no doubt shot.
Last September, called up for skull sessions. This September, hitting big flies probably.
11 homers and 30 RBIs in 27 games in the majors. Takes the first one inside, 1-0. Dave Roberts says don't let the baby face and the very kind personality fool you. This guy is a killer. Ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Plays with an edge. He was quoted right before he came up saying that he has that mentality that I'm going to destroy the pitcher. All that's bubbling beneath the surface.
You heard something close to that come out of Nolan Arenado's mouth. His MO is I'm going to destroy the baseball. I'm going to swing as hard as I can and destroy the baseball. Will makes it a little more personal. I'm not going to destroy the baseball. I'm going to destroy you.
Yeah, and by doing that, I bet I'll get the ball. Third time he's been up with the bases loaded. He's come through both times thus far. Double and a game-winning grand slam. Walk, double, walk against Ramirez. And now a 2-2 pitch to Will Smith. Here's that grand slam we were talking about. Game winner against San Diego on the previous homestand.
Fastball a little like the one he just fouled off. The grand slam was a little bit lower.
With the bases loaded in the 4th, Will Smith tries to lay off and does to work the count full.
Strong hands to hold back a bat that you're trying to kill the pitcher. And you're able to hold up.
Sends it sky high, back of third. Infield fly rule is called as Bichette makes the catch and Smith is out number 2. And so it's Bellinger's chance for the bases loaded. Still just a 3-run game, so a big opportunity for the Dodgers here to try and add on. Ramirez trying to get out of it. He gets the 3-hitter Smith to pop up. And now the MVP candidate Bellinger.
Clayton Kershaw walking down the line. Nobody around third base. I would yell into Cody and just say, look, I'll just stand still and let you hit.
Grand slam on the opening homestand of the year against San Francisco. On this 1-0 pitch, Bellinger fouls it 1-1. Feels like an eternity ago, doesn't it?
The beginning of a fast start, and he has continued the campaign since that swing. Now tied with Mike Trout with 42 home runs to lead Major League Baseball.
Neither franchise has ever had a 50 home run hitter. Could both have one this year. Could both have an MVP this year. 2-1. Wow, he tried to hit that thing to Pasadena.
That is a mighty swing. Every ounce of his being in that swing. I would be on the IL if I even attempted to do that, and I think about 80% of the big leaguers would too.
They took a shot on a 2-1 pitch. 2-2 now. Ramirez back home, and Bellinger takes ball 3. Nowhere to put him. This can't be a fun place for a pitcher.
Well, you try and get him to chase there because he offered it. The breaking ball was such a big swing. You think, oh, if he's coming out of his shoes, maybe he'll come out of his shoes on another one and I'll bounce it. And Cody with the discipline to be at the 3-2 count.
Kershaw walked. Pollock doubled. Muncy walked. 3-2. Into the gap in right center field. That will unload the bases. Bellinger speeding around second. On his way to third. It is in time to get him. But a bases clearing double for Cody Bellinger, who's going to need a new belt.
Cody Bellinger with an exciting finish to the last inning. The Dodgers put up a 3 spot because he clears the bases with this blast into the gap. And boy, was he smelling a triple right off the bat. He takes off out of the box and he is turning the bases like he wants 3. He's not worried about Dino Ebo. Dino hasn't decided. Cody decided long ago to make this play close. He does. Usually you want to undress the other team, but you don't do it yourself.
On the double where he reaches 100 RBIs on the season, he loses his pants.
He's so fast he ran right out of him.
Right out of him, yeah. So 100 RBI campaign for Cody Bellinger. Could it be a 50 homer, 100 RBI season?
If it continues, it might even be better than that. It's a fun night to remember. He'll remember this one.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to have a choice. He's going to remember that one. He'll have some fun with it. He'll hear about it in good nature. And Clayton Kershaw, who averages 7 runs of support a game, has 8 through 4. Strike 1 on Justin Smoak. And is in position now to pass Sandy Koufax on the all-time wins list, which stand alone in Dodger left-handed history. Passing the guy that he was compared with right from the start.
They both belong at the top. Hard to compare exactly 2 careers that were in separate generations, but they are linked forever.
Pop up down the line. Bellinger looking over the shoulder. Can't get it. And he's going to have to chase after it. Able to get there and hustle it in. A double for Smoak to open the 5th.
It's a lot of running in a short period of time, and Cody gives it the best effort. Toughest part of the play was when he kind of looped around and had to change his course. That's when he lost a little bit of his speed. That one goes in the glove. The MVP chants go back up and even louder.
They're ringing pretty good on that double, weren't they?
Yeah.
Smoak is second. Here's Danny Jansen taking a ball. One on one. Another pop fly. This one into short center field, and Kike Hernandez is there.
Tomorrow, the first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a LA Bleeds Blue cap presented by Security Benefit.
That's a short one. Can you tell me where I can find out more? They didn't give you that. I just feel like you usually also tell us.
Well, first 40,000 fans will get the LA Bleeds Blue cap here at the stadium, Dodger Stadium, which is on Vin Scully Way.
Right.
And it's tomorrow in Los Angeles.
Okay.
At my age, they try and keep them short because I'm short of breath.
Derek Fisher takes ball 1. You have the best breath capacity of any 6-year-old I think I've ever met.
Okay.
Yeah. Now save it now. Top of the zone, 1-1. Walker Buehler for the Dodgers in tomorrow's game. And then Kenta Maeda on Thursday. Then it's the big Yankees series Friday night through Sunday night. 7 o'clock Friday, 1 o'clock Saturday, 4 o'clock Sunday. Kershaw's 1-1 to Derek Fisher. Inside ball 2. Dodgers entered the night a game back of the Yankees for the best record in baseball. 8 games better than Atlanta for the best record in the National League. Yankees trail the A's right now 4-1. 2-2. Rowdy Tellez on deck. Two-two pitch. Got him swinging. Back-to-back sliders to get Fisher. 2 out.
Last 2 sliders, 86 miles an hour with some good break. Changes the break on that slider a lot, anywhere from 89 down to about 84 miles an hour. Some bigger, some a little shorter and tighter, just depends. The fingers might be the same from Will Smith, but the shape in his mind and what he's trying to do to attack the hitter are different.
And he's been doing that, being creative with the slider more and more over this recent stretch where he's been as good as anybody in baseball. Coming into the game second just to Jacob deGrom, an earned run average since June, or since the beginning of July. Runner at second, 2 gone, and Tellez takes strike 1. And rarely do you start getting creative and toying around before you feel good, right? You feel good and then you start, okay, now I'm going to have some fun.
Yeah, you got to feel real healthy, and you got to feel like, you know, this is something I can do. Seen Rich Hill do that when healthy all the time. Clayton adding that tool. And I think we really notice it more just because it's a little larger differential in speeds. Before it was more like a 86 to 89, maybe 87 to 90 he would do it, but now he's a little bigger gap, and as you adjust the speed you can adjust the brake size.
0-2. Tellez grounds it gently back to him, and Kershaw pitches around the leadoff double. Halfway home in Los Angeles, Dodgers 8, Blue Jays 2.
8-2 Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Time now for our T-Mobile connection to the game. And Gavin Lux, certainly a great infield prospect, but he hit his 12th home run tonight in the bottom of the 4th against Nashville. You were talking about Will Smith getting skull sessions last year in September, Orel. Well, Gavin Lux would be a candidate this year to come up and get a taste of the big league life, perhaps after September 1st. And we'll see if that indeed happens, but he continues to rake at the AAA level.
Any other organization, he's probably up at this point. Definitely would be up before the end of the season. It's just at this point, where do you put him?
You know what? When you have a guy who's going to probably project as an everyday player, you want him to play every day. And when you have a young guy that's still developing, even though he is mastering each level he has gone to, you still want him to play because he learns something every day as long as he's playing. He will learn sitting on a big league bench and pinch hitting, maybe getting spot starts, but he'll learn more in the minors right now.
Justin Schaefer, 4th pitcher of the game already for Toronto, gets the first one by Chris Taylor. Of course, once his season is over, then all bets are off. And that's not to say that they won't find a way to get him up before then, too. But doing everything that he can to be ready to go when they call him. One ball, one strike on Chris Taylor, who has reached both times in his first game back. Infield single in the second, although a ball that he hit very hard. It was an infield single because Bichette did a great job to get to it at short and then walked and scored. One gone.
Shortstop, Corey Seager.
8-2. Dodgers in front. Here's Corey Seager. Drove in 2 with a double during that 5-run third. All 8 runs for the Dodgers tonight have come with 2 out. Chris Jimenez, longtime Major League catcher. Yet another guy for Will Smith to learn from. Seager attacks the first pitch, hooking a line drive down the line. It drops in and bounces into the seats. His second double tonight.
Both those doubles to the right field corner. One a ground ball by first base, and now this one right on the chalk. Yes.
Yeah. Good placement.
Splits the chalk right down the middle.
I think we should get the technology they have in tennis.
Oh, yeah.
That's sweet. I just like how there's like the slow clap that begins as they put it up. And until we find out. It's a ball on Hernandez.
There it is. Why does a ball who hits the foul line be called fair?
Yeah.
Yep. This would be the fair line.
1-1. Well, the foul poles of the first year Dodger Stadium were incorrectly put in foul ground.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. I'm glad they moved them where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. That would be a quirk.
Probably one of the things that somebody who has not grown up with baseball and then would like to learn the sport when they're like 25, 30 years old, and you're sitting there trying to explain the rules to them.
They'd say that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, why did they do that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you.
It's baseball.
Fly to right center field. Randall Grichuk. Seager tagging. Testing the arm of Grichuk. It's got a good one. Seager's in there.
Glad Guerrero Jr. wants him to check. He was the one putting the tag down. He was umpiring right along with Greg Gibson, the third base umpire. A very strong and accurate throw. Corey Seager did a nice job not popping up with his slide until he contacts the bag. It puts a lot more pressure on your legs to extend into the bag and the impact, and then fold your knee and take the pressure off your leg. Well done.
They put Jock Peterson on intentionally and bring up Kershaw with 2 gone. The last couple starts he's been going no scrubs as his walk-up song. Is that new at all? Is that, I guess, last month or so? I don't remember it before then.
That's your department.
No scrubs?
I don't have that on my playlist.
Yeah, I bet you have that.
You think so?
It's a strike on Kershaw. Yeah.
Okay. It's not running around in my head right now, so I can't tell you what it sounds like. I was doing some deep baseball research while you were listening to music.
What'd you come up with?
I haven't found what I was looking for yet.
Let me know.
Okay.
Seager's at third. Peterson's at first. Yeah, that's strike 2.
Clayton trying to add to the fun tonight for the fans, for himself. You're up by 6. Got a chance to win the game and slip one by your hero, Sandy Koufax. And maybe get an RBI and a hit. It's always more fun on a baseball field when you do the unexpected. he's expected to pitch well. That's his responsibility. But to hit, it is fun to get it.
Goes up the ladder and serves a fly ball to left field for Derek Fisher that will finish off the Dodger fifth. They leave him at the corners but lead at 8-2 to the sixth in LA. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's $4.99 barbecue bacon double cheeseburger combo only at participating Jack in the Box restaurants.
8-2 Dodgers as we go into the top of the sixth, and fans, be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance on Thursday when they wind up this series with the Toronto Blue Jays, and you'll get a Kike Hernandez bobblehead presented by Pirelli.
First game back for Kike. And the Dodgers have an 8-2 lead as this game goes to the sixth. And here's Clayton Kershaw again on the verge of going 6 full innings.
This is 22nd start. The Dodgers have won 17 of the first 21. In line now to win the 18th of 22. And for Clayton to surpass Sandy Koufax in win total, going to 166.
Top of the order, Bo Bichette. Homer to lead off the game. The other run for Toronto came in a home run from Derek Fisher.
He has already become must-watch TV for me.
Yeah.
Serious. This is like Ronald Acuna Jr. He's right in there. Arenado at bats. Swing hard in case you hit it.
And that violent swing of his is something that scared some teams away. Wow. Wow. His second against Kershaw. It didn't scare the Blue Jays away. They embraced it with a track record of embracing less than conventional approaches. Jose Bautista, Josh Donaldson, or now Bo Bichette, who swings with all of his might and is doing mighty damage over his first month as a big leaguer.
This is like Happy Gilmore in the batter's box. This is, this. I'm just going to whack it.
Oh, yeah. Whole pack of sunflower seeds to the face.
Don't get anything in his eyes.
So an 8-3 game, and now this one's knifed into right center field. Peterson won't get there. Scrambles after it and holds Drury to a single. It's funny you bring up the golf analogy because Bichette has used a golf analogy himself when talking about his swing.
Really?
And there have been hitting coaches along the way that have suggested, why don't you tone it down a little bit? And he says to him, no. And he uses Tiger Woods as an example. He says, think to Tiger Woods in his best days. He would absolutely unload off of the tee. But then when Tiger Woods got the 2 strikes, or when he got on the fringe, on the green, he had a very good short game. That's strike 1 on Guerrero. And Bichette has an entirely different stance and approach when he gets to 2 strikes. And so he said, off of the tee box, he's going to let it eat, just like this. But when he gets to 2 strikes, he goes into his short game.
That is a full turn when he loads, and that's a full turn as he unloads. It's like a long drive contest swing.
One and 2 as he gets Guerrero to offer to curve. Threw it again. Guerrero took this one.
78 pitches, 3 outs away from going 6 innings at least in every one of his outings here in 2019. Hasn't been his best tonight, but he has found it after he has struggled a little bit. And he's got to find it here for 3 more outs, maybe 15 more pitches. We'll see. It's a big pitch right here. Keep the bullpen sitting down and watching.
He walks Guerrero for the 2nd time. It is Kershaw's 3rd walk tonight. And they're at 1st and 2nd, nobody out.
Right fielder, Randall Grichuk.
Up comes Grichuk. Kershaw 3 walks over his previous 3 starts combined, and 3 of them tonight. Drury at 2nd, Guerrero at 1st. Randall Grichuk twice hit into double plays. 2nd time, though, is a 110-mile-per-hour line drive that Corey Seager went up and grabbed and threw behind Guerrero Jr. at 2nd.
The innings where he struggled tonight, you can just see that the spray pattern is a little wider than normal. Not just off the edges of the plate, not just too low with the slider. More like missing by 8 to 10 inches than missing by 2 to 3.
It's another dangerous hitter here in Grichuk. 23 home runs this season, a 4th consecutive 20-home-run campaign. With 2 on and nobody out, Kershaw brings him a 1-1. Curve grounded to short. Seager, Hernandez, good footwork, double play. Third time they've turned one on Grichuk.
Double play gets him 2 outs. Starts getting him out of this inning. Seager with the good feed, and then Kike gets a little tied up with the exchange of his hands and his feet, but Clayton has been getting some double plays. That feed early on, Kike did one by himself where it was 4 at 6 to 3 for a double play, and then another one on this double play line drive from Seager. That is 4 double plays in an evening, and that'll clear some traffic. Wish he would do that on the 405 around 3 o'clock.
That would be nice for everybody involved. Teoscar Hernandez, runner at 3rd, 2 gone. Here comes Kershaw with a first pitch curve that's high.
It's Laker night. Laker night, a lot of times, you know, people know about Showtime. Well,
yeah.
Get in a jam on a rough night, it's called Kershaw time. He knows how to get out of these. Just amazing. He never gives up, and he keeps working the equation. Other guys are out there and it's not going right, and they can't find their rhythm, and they're not making pitches, and they walk a guy and something happens and they start to spiral out of control. He has a way of just kind of reaching down deep and grabbing it and just saying, not on my watch.
That's the 1-1 fly. It's down and in, ball 2. Nobody warming in the bullpen at 86 pitches. Double play has been his best friend tonight. Double play in that Dodger offense. On the corner, 2-2. Full count. A payoff pitch, and he got him swinging. 22 starts, 22 times Clayton Kershaw has gone at least 6 full. Coors Light refreshes. The Dodgers tonight have added a couple more home runs, 27 over their last 8 games.
It is up and down the lineup. It is young. It is veteran. It is a bona fide power hitter, and it's other guys that add on.
Top of the order here with an 8-3 lead. Pollock's got one of those 2 home runs tonight. His 9th. Will Smith has hit his 11th. Strike 1 from Schaefer. Looks like Clayton Kershaw's night is probably finished. Dave Roberts comes up and tries to hide the message, bury the message by being very excited and smiling, and he knows Clayton doesn't want to hear he's done after 6. 1-1. Caleb Ferguson loosening. Kershaw finding a way again to get through 6 on a night where he had far from his best stuff.
It's a night where after the game he will say all the right things, but internally he will beat himself up on the execution that was not up to his standards, and I know exactly what he's feeling. He's going to get a win on a very special total probably and surpass Sandy Koufax, but he is not happy with his performance, and he understands that that kind of performance, what he did tonight, will not always bring the results that are probably going to happen here tonight. It's the difference between execution thinking and result thinking, and he is all about execution.
2-2 on Pollock.
I used to come out of the locker room and greet my family after a really good game statistically, let's say, like a game like this, 8-3 and a win, and I'd be in a bad mood and they'd be like, "You won, what's going on?" Like, not if I keep pitching like that, I won't be winning. And then you come out of a game where you lose, you know, but you feel like you've done everything you could, and maybe a ball blooped in or something happened behind you, the team didn't get you any runs, and you're in a great mood and say, "Hey, let's go home, we're fine, everything's great." And you go, "What do you mean you lost?" I'm like, no, if I keep executing like that, I'm going to get on a roll.
Some people may hear that and say that's backwards, that you shouldn't be happy when your team loses.
Oh, it's just, you know, in front of the team, yes, but it's one thing in the locker room and your quotes and the way you act around your teammates. It's another thing as far as what you're going to drive yourself to do, getting ready for the next start.
Pollock strikes out. He's the first out of the 6.
And it's a little different, I think, with starting pitchers who pitch every 5th day compared to an everyday player. The everyday players, they are expected to act a little bit more on the, you know, the steady, even keel. But starting pitchers are kind of allowed to be a breed of their own.
Oh, that's way off the plate for a strike on Muncy. Strike two. You know, as the game has gotten younger and younger, we're seeing a great snapshot of that tonight with the young hitters in that Blue Jays lineup. Across baseball, we are seeing veteran starting pitchers at the top of the class in 2019. I mean, again, the whole story across baseball is how young the game is skewed and how great a hands the game is in with the young players. Well, in terms of position players, only one of the top 10 in baseball in terms of WAR is 30 years old. So that would go along with the conventional thinking lately that the game has gotten very young. DJ LeMahieu with the Yankees is the only guy 30 or above in the top 10. In terms of starting pitchers, it's the other way around. Muncy hits a thunderous fly ball to right, grits it to the wall. He will watch it go. Skyscraping shot, another Dodger home run, a 9-3 lead, and Muncy is homered in 4 straight.
Number 16, Will Smith.
Max picks on a hanging breaking ball. It's a slider. It's a cement mixer, and he knows he gets it as soon as he hits it. The exhale at contact. It was high enough, and it was long enough. And it was a very nice catch from a Bellinger jersey.
All right. Ball one on Will Smith. 32 for Max Muncy.
As you were referencing the older starting pitchers, I started to run some names through my head.
Well, let me just tell you this. So one of the top 10 position players is 30 or above. 8 of the top 10 starting pitchers are 30 or above. Only guys under 30 in the top 10 in ERA, Mike Soroka and Garrett Cole. And Cole's almost 30. 2-1 on Smith. It's kind of cool. These guys in what is considered the back halves of their career. Many of them reinventing themselves and finding a way to be among the game's best.
So we're talking Scherzer and Verlander and Kershaw and Ryu.
Charlie Morton.
I'll
pull it up for you. Give me just a sec. Yeah, so Ryu's obviously number 1. You've got Soroka number 2. He's a 22-year-old, so he's the standout of the group in that way. That's a walk for Smith. Scherzer is 3rd. DeGrom is 4th. Then there's Kershaw 5th. Morton reinvented himself. He's 6th. Verlander reinvented himself after going from Detroit to Houston. Zach Greinke is 8th. Cole is 9th, and Mike Minor, back from the dead, is 10th.
Wow. And Cole is just months from being 30.
Right. I should correct that. He's weeks from being 29.
Oh, okay.
But yes, technically he's 13 months.
Exactly.
We're all months from being something.
Yeah.
Here's Bellinger with 1 on 1 out.
But it is a drastic contrast.
Rich Hill, another one of those veteran pitchers who the Dodgers hope to have back before too long, and they think that there's a chance that they could build him enough to be an option to start in the postseason. A strike on Bellinger. Bellinger cleared the bases his last time up with a double. Reached 100 RBIs for the year. Look at that line. Here we are, late August. 320, 42-100.
That is a sweet year already.
Fish ain't biting on that one tonight, oh.
That was a strike, just like the Max Muncy pitch was a strike. But you got to make another pitch no matter what.
Good pitch.
It is hard enough to get the #1 MVP candidate out. But then if you get a tight strike zone, it is really hard.
Bellinger takes the walk. And up comes Taylor.
Number 3, Chris Taylor.
Single and a walk tonight, and his first game back from the broken wrist, broken forearm. It was the second time that he's broken a forearm on a hit by pitch. Did the other arm in spring training in 2015 when he was with Seattle. Stayed in and hit a line drive single in that at bat. So they called it a foul ball when he broke his wrist and finished it off by singling.
There is a certain amount of adrenaline when you're out there on the field, and when something happens that you can sometimes push through. I don't know what pain level he felt, but that was some serious pain tolerance. It is some sleepless nights when you get hurt, and especially like for a hitter breaking something like that. And am I going to be able to get my bat speed back, my strength in time? Am I going to be strong enough?
Lifts one to left. Fisher's back at the wall. Chris Taylor leaves the yard. Welcome back, CT3. Answering some of those natural questions that you know are lingering in his head coming into this game, coming off of the injured list, coming off of the rehab stint, with a great first night back.
Breaking ball, low over the middle, and he got it. He didn't lose the feeling of what it's like to hit it out. He knew it as soon as he hit it. It was gone. His buddy Max Muncy likes it.
So 4 home runs tonight, and back into the bullpen they go. Dodgeball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Test drive one today during the Jeep Spring Sales Event. Fifth pitcher of the game for Toronto is left-hander Tim Meza. The Dodgers have hit 4 more home runs tonight. They lead 12-3 here in the 6th.
Meza can run it up there pretty good. Average fastball around 94. Just a 2-pitch guy coming out after you with the fastball and the slider, and not a big speed differential. The slider is a very firm one at 88.
Seager.
Seager's 2 for 3, couple of doubles, couple of RBIs. Couldn't lay off that one, and it evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Seager now 9 extra base hits in his last 8 games. So offense has done what it's done, better than 6 runs per game in the second half without Seager clicking. 2 balls, 1 strike. Evens at 2-2. Seager muscles one over Bichette, his 3rd hit of the game.
Be at Dodger Stadium on Labor Day, September 2nd, when the Dodgers open a 3-game series with the Rockies. Get your tickets today at dodgers.com/tickets.
Double switch is part of that pitching change, by the way. Billy McKinney is in the game in right field. He'll be due up 4th next inning, and Randall Grichuk moves over to center. At the pitcher's spot, 5th. Hernandez looking to reach for the first time in his first game back. Takes a strike.
The benefits of putting up 12 runs in the first game of a series is you might just wear their bullpen out and see some tired arms in games 2 and 3. If they don't make roster moves, they're going to have to cover the innings with the guys they got.
Seager will take second on this wild pitch, and there's already the question coming in, right? The pitching and an opener today. Their Bolt guy only went 1 2/3. Haven't named a starter tomorrow. They're looking at it maybe as a bullpen day to begin with. Not an easy way to live if you're Toronto.
You could almost see Reed Foley coming back in game 3 if they need him.
That's a great point, yeah.
He didn't get the bulk of the work today. Maybe he can give him some work in game 3.
One-two to Hernandez in the dirt. Good stop this time by Jansen. Now at 2-2. Fouled back. We'll do it again. punch to second and caught by Drury. PK's best swing of the night. Can't hit it much harder, but bad aim and 2 gone.
Number 31, John Peterson.
So at 2 gone, it's Jock Peterson, who was put on intentionally his last time.
The at bat before that, he had a blistering line drive and didn't have good steering either. Dodgers throughout this night have hit the ball hard, and then when they've hit it weakly, have found holes also.
Got these 12 runs on 11 hits. Taking advantage of 7 walks. Actually, 8 walks. 8 walks in this game to go along with the 11 hits. 4 more home runs. So it's 29 homers in their last 8 games, which is an absurd amount. And I don't know about for you, but for me, it goes to show me and us how staggering the home run rate is now. That doesn't do that much for me. The 29 home runs in 8 games, yeah, it's a lot, but it doesn't feel as staggering saying it as it should. But that's just where the game is.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers in the last 35 games have had 11 4+ home run games,
which is just bonkers.
Almost a third of their games in the last 35, they've hit 4+.
But wouldn't you agree that, like, you read that and it doesn't jolt you right away? Like, you got to think about how crazy that is just with the nature of the game now.
Yeah.
Peterson down swinging. That does it for the Dodgers in the 6th. They add 4 more to the late innings we go. Caleb Ferguson comes out. 12-3 game to the 7th. The 7th inning brought to you by Wells Fargo. We're starting to talk as that inning was coming to an end about how many home runs have been hit across baseball this year and how kind of become numb to it, to how ridiculous it all is. Rick Krajewski just gave us this note. The last day that there wasn't a player in baseball that had 2 home runs, July 14th. It's been more than a month since there hasn't been a multi-homer game in a day.
Yeah, and you know what? The ball's traveling. The hitters are really working at the launch angle and hitting it hard, and pitchers must be making bad pitches. And you know what? The weather has really heated up. You're talking about July and August, and there's a lot of pop going on. A lot of young hitters swinging hard and hitting it over the fence.
Bo Bichette, 2 home runs against Kershaw tonight. He's the first player to have 2 homers against Kershaw in a game since Jose Reyes 2 years ago. And the first rookie ever to do that against Clayton. Caleb Ferguson's first pitch is a strike on Justin Smoke. Curve is in there as Ferguson tries to figure things out.
Well, these are not consequential innings as far as the scoreboard is probably concerned, but for Caleb Ferguson they are. And again, it's part of the riches of being up by 18.5 games. You can put Kenley Jansen in 3 outings in a row where it's not a safe situation. He's working on his stuff and done very well. Caleb Ferguson, the same thing, 12-3 in this game here, but he's out there grinding, trying to get better. And the key for him to have a future on the playoff roster is to really master his breaking ball.
A couple defensive changes around him. Jed Jerko into the game at first. Matt Beatty into the game in left. And Taylor goes from left to short. So they get Seager some rest late in this game as Danny Jansen takes ball 1. Ferguson on for Clayton Kershaw. He goes through 6 full innings again. Only about a dozen times over the last 30 years has a pitcher gone a full season where they've gone 6 full innings in every start. There ain't too many more starts left in this season, and he's done it in every one. To have not one clunker, not even one game where you're inefficient enough where you don't make it through 6.
He's done some mind-boggling things in his career, and this is another one that he is on a path to do again, and not do it in his prime. You know, we are on the backside of a career, very much in the prime as far as results, but we all know as far as the timeline, no. His ERA is unbelievable, near the top of the league. The win total is near the top of the league. The execution near the top of the league. The strike percentage #1 for any starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. Consistency off the charts.
You don't have to be bad to not make it through 6, right? I mean, it can happen on a night where you're just a little bit off and there are a bunch of foul balls and you just can't put guys away. But one way or another, he's found a way to get through 6 innings in every start. A lot of them he's had his best stuff. Some of them he's not. Tonight he didn't. He still managed to do it again.
You can't be one of the greatest ever and one of the lowest ERAs ever and not be in charge of damage control. He is so good at damage control.
Here's 3-2 to Jansen, and a curve is a little bit high. It's a 1-out walk.
Attempting a 3-2 curveball is a pretty good shot. You've got to pull the trigger on that.
Dylan Floro activated and warming. And just one last point on your damage control comment. Toronto tonight was 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. And over the last 8 games, so the stretch where Kershaw trails just Jacob deGrom in ERA, opponents are 4 for 35 with runners in scoring position. Derek Fisher has a home run tonight. Curveball lands for strike 1. Stroke to left center field. Beatty comes on and makes catch on a knuckling ball. Going down to a knee. Knuckling ball, and oh yeah, he's squinting. It was caught up in the lights on it.
It's that perfect height. It's that humpback line drive. And it just gets right in there. It seems like anybody's around 6 foot and the ball is about 25, 30 feet in the air. It has a tendency to get in those lights.
Billy McKinney came on in the double switch earlier, takes ball 1. He's still saying, man.
Well, you're looking up there and you're looking for angles for where you can find the ball the next time that happens. That's the experience right there, and now figure out how to get it done. You really only can practice that in game. It's not dark enough and bright enough from the lights during BP.
And you're not spending your off day coming here to simulate it.
No. He's over there still checking the head angles, and okay, that left field, it's kind of new, and they've been moving me around to different positions, and well, now I got to check where I'm supposed to stand.
Glare on the card too, laminated well. Pulled into the shift for Hernandez. Guns it to first to get a speedy McKinney. We stretch with the Dodgers up by a bunch. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by Original Tommy's world famous hamburgers. Dodgers 12, Blue Jays 3 to the bottom of the 7th, and time for upward clutch off the bench. Jed Jerko made his Dodger debut on Sunday and delivered 2 hits. Hacks at the first one. It's fouled and strike one. Sunday was his first game since June 7th. Missing much of the year with back and calf issues, and then he had a bone spur removed from his wrist while he was healing up from those injuries. 7th big league season, a few years in San Diego, and then was traded to St. Louis for John Jay. Only a few years removed from a 30-homer season for the Cardinals. There's a couple-year stretch where Jed Jerko is #1 in the National League in home run rate for a 2-year stretch. Well, perhaps a sneaky good pickup for the Dodgers at the deadline. Leading off this 7th on a 2-2. He swings and misses, one gone. Charlie Montoyo back out to make another change. We're going to get a 6th Blue Jays pitcher tonight. They're going to need some WD-40 for that bullpen gate. Next game probable, brought to you by Audi. It will be Walker Buehler for the Dodgers tomorrow night.
Responding to a rough outing in Miami. 86 pitches, got his work in, but it wasn't work that he will be proud of. And a lot of times what we see with Walker, when he has an outing like that, somebody's going to pay. And it could be the Blue Jays. It'll be exciting to watch his velocity against this free-swinging, hard-swinging Toronto Blue Jay lineup.
Buckle up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Former San Francisco Giant Derek Law. Facing A.J. Pollock. Couple extra base hits for A.J. tonight. Home run and a double. On a 1-0 from Law, he fouls it back 1-1. Two and two. The old Blue Jay, Russell Martin, waits in the on-deck circle. Law kicks and deals a 2-2, and Pollock takes it low. Count goes full. A life preserver.
Somebody's throwing it to the Blue Jays.
Joke was there to be made, and you did it.
I grabbed it. Sorry. I could have left it hanging, but no.
Pollock takes the walk.
Really, they should throw it in their bullpen.
Yeah.
That's not good tonight.
Cardley's going to go get it.
Hitting the Dodgers, number 55, Russell Martin.
So up comes Russell Martin, pinch hitting out of the 2 spot. Facing the team that he spent the last 4 seasons with and had some really good years in Toronto. His first year there, he was an all-star. But they kind of phased him out last year, brought up some of the young players, some of the young catchers. In fact, the guys that we see tonight, one of them, Danny Jansen, is a guy that they wanted to see more. And so Martin didn't play over the final month last year. That, among other reasons, why he was so happy to get dealt to the Dodgers. Sentimental side of it, returning to where it all began. The competitive side of it, he had been on 2 very bad teams, and it said kind of sucked the life out of him, sucked the motivation out of him the previous 2 seasons. The other side of that is that he knew he was now in as good a position as he could be to track down his first world championship.
The Blue Jays are going to see a different hitter up here with the swing he just made and taking that pitch. He was hitting an awful lot of ground balls when he was at the end of his time with the Blue Jays, and now he has got a very productive swing, and he has done a nice job with.
.36 now, but he says he doesn't feel 36. Tops this one off of the plate. Law springs to get it and throws him out. Nice pick at first base by Smoke.
And number 16, Will Smith.
Russell could really run at the beginning of his career, but now with 36 years, a good 2 steps slower.
It's a good chance he stays in the game and plays for Max Muncy, who he just hit for. Seen Russell play some more third base recently. That's where Max was tonight. Here's Smith with 2 gone, watching one spin away.
His ERA is 0.002.
That's right.
He might end up on the mound in the 9th. Might be a little too tight for him.
Yeah, got to get the double digits.
He might need to get to 10 or 11, 12. Yep.
What's below low leverage? No leverage. 2-0.
He's a no leverage specialist.
That doesn't carry much weight in the free agent market.
Yeah.
Two and 1 on Smith, who launched his 11th home run earlier tonight. It was not a cheapie. Not many of them have been. You think of the walk-off home run against Colorado on that Sunday afternoon where he kind of looked like it was jammed and it went out to right center. That's the only one that comes to mind that just got over the wall with him.
Yeah, that was a surprise, I think, to everybody but Will. That one just didn't seem like the action he made was going to go anywhere.
And this one earlier tonight, 434 feet. It's his longest non-Coors home run this year. He hit one 449 at Coors, and then 434 tonight. Floater into center field. Randall Grichuk is there, and that's that for the Dodgers in the 7th. To the 8th we go in a 12-3 game. Well, the Yankees coming to town this weekend, as we see on our Dodger calendar, brought to you by Nissan. Friday night will be at 7, Saturday at 1, Sunday at 4. The Yankees earlier tonight lost to the Oakland A's, beginning their road trip. 6-2 the final score in that game. And so if the Dodgers hang on here, those two teams will again be tied for the best record in baseball. Dylan Floro back from AAA, where he spent the last 2 weeks.
Working on a few things, his direction, the delivery a little bit, and the breaking ball. Looking to get back to his dominant self. Always had a great ability to spin the baseball, and just looking to locate it a little more and get a little sharper break on the slider.
Top of the order for the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette, 2 home runs against Clayton Kershaw tonight. That is Bo Joseph Bichette. First name Bo after Bo Jackson. Middle name Joseph after Joe Girardi, his dad Dante was very close with. Joe's son, Dante Girardi, after Dante Bichette. Besides admiring Bo for how incredible an athlete he was, Dante's first major league at bat, he flied out to Bo Jackson. And then how about this? That was at Kauffman Field. Debut for Bo at Kauffman. Same place that Dante debuted. That's a bouncer off the end of the bat to second. Hernandez will throw him out, 1 away. Back in 1988. Wow. 31 years later. Like father, like son, debuting in Kansas City.
He's always talking and processing and enjoying, learning, but also enjoying the big league life.
Brandon Drury with the bases empty and 1 gone. Former Arizona Diamondback. Good player. They got traded to the New York Yankees and then traded from the Yankees to the Blue Jays in the J. Happ deal last summer. Celebrate his 27th birthday tomorrow. He was derailed last year in New York after opening the season as their starting third baseman. Concussion problems, migraines, blurred vision. By the time that he was back, he kind of got Wally pipped. Miguel Andujar came up and took his spot at third, and Andujar was amazing. Well, Andujar injured earlier this year, and that has opened the door for Gio Urshela to take off at third for the Yankees. It's fouled back in 1-2. Now, the Yankees team we're going to see this weekend obviously having an amazing season, but what makes it even more amazing is that they have been one of the most injury-riddled teams to key guys in baseball.
Aaron Judge just getting back lately. Giancarlo Stanton still out.
Still out.
LeMahieu having an amazing year.
MVP caliber.
Yeah.
But Sanchez has been out.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Again, center field, Aaron Hicks was out. Brett Gardner has missed time. As far as pitching goes, Luis Severino, who was supposed to be their ace, hasn't pitched. Dylan Betances, one of their top relievers, hasn't pitched. There's another 1-2. And Drury flexes it in the air right side. It'll be Jerko or Hernandez. Hernandez, the catch, 2 gone.
Congratulations to the winners of the 2019 Spectrum Sportsnet Championship Drive Scholarship. Stay tuned for an exciting new contest for educators this fall, presented by Shakey's Pizza.
Didn't even mention Didi Gregorius. Missed the first 2 months coming back from Tommy John surgery. And so the Yankees have had all these guys out, and not just for quick stays on the IL, long stretches, months at a time. And here they are, by a half game, the best record in baseball. Vlad Guerrero Jr. looks at strike 1. That's hit hard on the ground. Base hit into center. That's got a nice sound to it, doesn't it?
It was a good piece of hitting to pull his hands in and get the barrel on that.
And on all 4 times.
Yeah, that way he hit that ball right there was really good. Opened up the front side, pulled his hands in close to his hip, got the barrel to it. It looks like it jams him. It crowds him, but he still gets the swing around.
So a 2-out base runner for Toronto against Floro, and here's Grichuk. Started to talk earlier about how Dino Ebel met Vlad Guerrero Jr. when he was a young kid. Hit him fungos in the outfield and didn't think much of him then. He said he just looked like another big leaguers kid, which is good, right? But nothing overly special. And then he pitched to him for the first time. And Dino said right away he's thinking, oh man, this has a chance to be special. Nice play, Russell Martin. Running throw to get him to finish off a scoreless inning for Floro. Before the Dodgers hit in the bottom of the 8th, we check in with studio for a preview of Access Sportsnet Dodgers.
All right, thanks, guys. On tonight, Clayton Kershaw is going to pass Sandy Koufax on the all-time wins list. The story's been the Dodgers offense tonight.
Congrats, Kershaw. You know what? Chicks do dig the long ball.
And they're seeing it.
These guys will break it down. We'll see you right after the game.
All right, guys, a position player pitching here. Richard Urania, his first career pitching appearance. Matt Beatty swings at the first pitch and knifes it down the line. Fair. What was Matt doing? Matt stopped running. He's going to luck out and get a double because it bounces out of play, but very uncharacteristic to him. Uncharacteristic of him. Take something for granted like that.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought it was curving foul initially, but then it stopped curving foul. That was odd. He's reading it like that one's going foul by a lot, and it was fair by a lot.
That's a ball on Taylor. That's a couple tonight Matt's had a hard time seeing, huh? He had the ball that kind of got lost in the lights.
Yeah, maybe a little glare that way.
What a night it's been for Chris Taylor in his return from the injured list. Single walk homer. What a huge thing for a guy. Only human, coming back, wondering how long it's going to take to find it. To be able to answer some of those questions of what has got to be some natural doubt.
For sure. And he picked up right where he left off. He was hot when he got hurt. And here he is again.
Lines one over second into right center field. That'll bring home Matt Beatty. He's got 3 hits. He's driven in 4 runs.
He's locked in. He hit the ball in the 6th hole in his first at bat, and that started his evening off with a very good feeling. This line drive will be his last hit of the night, but in between, he hit for power.
Dylan Floro hits one foul. It's the home run from earlier tonight. One of the 4 they've hit as a team. Floro puts it in play. Urania does what he's most comfortable doing. Up to second goes Taylor.
Number 14,
So the Dodgers over their last 8 games now 29 home runs. Here are the 4 that they hit tonight. Boy, Will Smith stands alone, doesn't it?
Sure does. It is the tape measure shot.
Hernandez into left. That's a base hit. They'll stop Taylor.
Welcome back to the active roster, Kike Hernandez. Chiming in with his own hit. The bat before this hit a bullet right at second base.
So Hernandez now 1 for 5 as Peterson comes up 0 for 3. Only starting position player without a hit tonight. And now 2 for his last 20.
Got Jerry Davis on the right arm or slash hand. You'd actually hear him grimace. Not drawing any attention to himself other than we know this hurt.
At the corner is one gone, and a 2-2 takes off on Urania.
Got a nice arm for an infielder.
Yeah.
Taking
Free
the
and
mound.
easy.
Yeah.
Peterson, it's a fly ball to right center field. McKinney's over. That one leaves the yard. Jock Peterson against Richard Urania. A 3-run home run. Number 25 for Jock, and it's 16-3.
Pretty free and easy to swing off an infielder, and Jock joins the hit parade with a big fly. Just gets the head out on this one.
Been a bit of a drought lately for him. Second home run in his last 24 games. The 25th of the year. Jerko now hitting the chopper left side. Guerrero cuts in front of it and throws him out.
Number 11, A.J.
So Peterson now 25 or more home runs in 4 of his 5 full pro seasons. Full big league seasons, that is.
Easy to smile down there on that bench right now. Everybody's got hits.
Everybody's got homers.
Everybody's getting a win.
Pollock up there for the 6th time tonight. You get 6 plate appearances, you know something's going right big picture.
As long as it's not extra innings.
Yeah, that's true.
But still, I'm with you.
You get 6 plate appearances in 8 innings, you know something's going right. Boom! Nailed it. A 1-2. Just a bit outside. And now a 2-2. Oh my goodness. Obviously no intent.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they caught each other's eye and there was a little apology.
No intent, but that doesn't make it any more comfortable. Tough to stand back in there against a guy who doesn't know where it's going. Takes the walk.
Baseman of 55, Russell Martin.
2 innings, 2 at-bats for Russell Martin. He grounded out his first time. Let's check in with Tim.
All right, Joe and Orel. Last year, Russell Martin got to do something that a lot of players don't get to do. As you know, we see him this year. He pitches, he plays third base, he does a lot of different things. He got to manage a game. Outgoing manager John Gibbons with the Blue Jays allowed Russell to manage a game last year. And as you mentioned earlier, guys, you were talking about him not playing very much the last month of the season. And I asked Russ about it. I said, was it is easy or difficult? And he said, it's a lot harder than people think.
Takes the ball here, 2-1.
A lot of times, the end of the year, veteran player gets to manage the last game of the year. It'll be interesting if Dave Roberts gives somebody that opportunity, or if it will be Russell again, being the elder statesman on the team.
Ground ball to Bichette at short. And we go to the 9th inning. Dodgers get 4 against the position player and lead at 16-3. $16 runs on 15 hits for the Dodgers tonight. 5 home runs out of those 15 hits. Clayton Kershaw entered the night tied with Sandy Koufax. He is set to pass him as Yimi Garcia looks to get the final 3 outs.
Yimi just making sure that happens, and pretty much it's going to happen. 13-run lead, so Yimi out there to impress and keep his season going in the right direction.
And after pitching the bottom of the 8th, Richard Uraney to lead off this 9th. Grounds the first pitch that he sees to Kike Hernandez. Quick trigger to get him. 1 pitch, 1 out.
I miss Kike playing out there. Excuse me, out there in the shift.
A little froggy over there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well,
14, Justin Smoke.
16 runs I've had to do color analysis.
That's true.
But he's a lot of fun to watch out there.
Yeah.
The way he moves, the range, what he's done tonight on the shortstop side of the second base, and also over there on the shift.
Justin Smoke takes a strike. Same time, same place tomorrow. It'll be Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Blue Jays still deciding exactly what the pitching will look like, but probably a bullpen day. Dodgers are going to move to 49-16 at home. Hang in there, Dave. Clayton Kershaw is going to move to 9-0 at home. In interleague play, he's going to move to 19-4 in his career, winning his 11th consecutive decision. Among the many things that he's number 1 in, number 1 all-time in interleague pitching, winning percentage and ERA. Garcia sits Smoke down quickly, 2 away in the 9th.
Number 9, Danny Jansen.
You can look at that bench right there. It's almost like the September call-ups are here. That's a full bench.
Still a pretty full IL.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Jansen, ball 1. Dave Roberts has said he doesn't anticipate too many September call-ups. There was some thought that in 17 there were maybe too many. The room got a little bit too crowded. Remember, the Dodgers had that bad September. And a little bit learning from experience from that. Two and one.
You're weighing present tense, which is this current team and how the chemistry is working out and who will actually get playing time. You're weighing the future. Who do you want to get some experience and get acclimated to the big league level and their teammates of the future. Dustin May already here and got a chance to be a major contributor. Tony Gonsolin.
Jays down to their last strike. Well, Bichette started the game with a home run, but from there, pretty lopsided. Garcia's payoff. Popped up. Taylor's there, and the Dodgers rolled in game one against Toronto.
They get real healthy with the bats. Clayton Kershaw, congratulations to him on another victory. And you know what? It happened on his 22nd start that he passed Sandy Koufax.
He's our player of the game, brought to you by Lexus. On a night where he didn't have his best stuff necessarily, passes Koufax 166 wins, more than any left-handed pitcher in the long and storied history of the Dodgers. They'll play game 2 tomorrow night. Walker Buehler takes it, tries to bounce back from that rocky outing in Miami last week. Tonight they hit 5 home runs. What a power surge this season from this team. Good chance they're going to set the all-time Dodger record. Orel Hershiser, Tim Neverett, and the rest of our crew. Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. And we'll talk to you tomorrow night.